Right, now, Eswatini is facing the threat of sanctions by China if it does not terminate diplomatic ties with Taiwan. Travel bans have already been put in place, and to tell us a little bit more, I'm now joined by the editor of Swaziland News, Zweli, Martin Dlamini. Thanks so much for joining us. Always a pleasure talking to you. So China putting on the pressure to Mbabane to sever ties with Taiwan.
Yes, of course, Peter. The People's Republic of China has imposed a travel ban to all citizens of Eswatini. They have released a press statement which they sent to the Swaziland News, clarifying that this travel ban has been triggered by Eswatini's refusal to terminate diplomatic ties with the Republic of China on Taiwan.
So is it all citizens, not just business travelers?
It's all citizens, Peter. Everyone, every Swazi is restricted from traveling to China.
So is it the king who's insisting on keeping diplomatic ties with Beijing, with Taiwan?
Yes, Peter. What actually triggered this tension is that the People's Republic of China tried to convince the king to terminate these diplomatic ties with Taiwan, but the king is said to have then refused to do so. And then what actually followed was that the PRC engaged the members of parliament and tried to fight this diplomatic battle through parliament. And sometime last year, around July, there were a series of debates in parliament where the MPs were trying to force the executive arm of government to facilitate the diplomatic ties with China. But all that were not successful. So it is the king who is hanging on to Taiwan despite the pressure now that affects the citizens of the country. But there's too much tension, Peter, because most politicians here, they want Taiwan to go, but the king wants to remain with Taiwan.
And if Eswatini is much like other African countries, trade and movement between African countries and China has been growing over the years. This would have a significant effect, particularly on Eswatini business people.
Of course, Peter. In fact, China is the second largest trading partner of the Kingdom of Eswatini after South Africa. The first country is South Africa, then China is the second. So this travel ban has affected business people, and it will hit hard in the economy of the country. In fact, business people has already started complaining. They want this issue to be addressed as a matter of urgency, because we are expecting a breakdown in telecommunication industry, because this country imports communication equipment from China, and we are expecting job losses. Of course, Peter, there will be retrenchment in other companies because of this travel ban.
All right, Zweli, Dlamini, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks very much indeed. That's the editor of the Swaziland News, an online publication, telling us about a ban on all Eswatini citizens traveling to China unless the country severs ties, diplomatic ties with Taiwan. And that's the order from Beijing, as communicated by the ambassador who's stationed here in Pretoria.